Today I'm travelling on the Stena Hollandica, the largest combined freight and passenger ferry in the world from the port of Harwich in the UK to the Hook of Holland in the Netherlands. I'm going to be exploring this enormous ship, the onboard spaces and amenities, and checking out the premium Stena Plus lounge to find out if a slower paced form of travel is worth a shot. So today starts bright and early at the port of Harwich in Essex. Today's trip was actually supposed to be from London Heathrow to New York, but
Heathrow Airport has announced it will be closed until midnight as a result of a fire at a nearby electrical substation.
So when life throws up inconveniences, we pivot, and avoiding all airports, head to the deserted Stena check-in area and through security. After what must have been less than a minute wait in the waiting area, it's time to board the ship. Today, the Stena Hollandica. This ship's been sailing since 2010, alongside its identical sister ship, Britannica. These ships exclusively sail across the North Sea twice daily between Harwich and the Hook of Holland. Both ships were refurbished in 2024 to modernise their spaces and increase passenger capacity. So let's get inside and see. Boarding takes us up to deck 9, which is where most of the amenities on this ship are contained. But before we check those out, 30 minutes early, the loading bridges are raised, ready to begin the 7-hour crossing to the Hook of Holland. Hollandica has a max speed of 22 knots or 25 miles per hour, and this crossing is pretty much one straight line of just under 200 nautical miles. Now we're on the move, it's time to check out what this ship has to offer. Heading towards the bow takes us past the Reaver Bar. The Reaver Bar is a feature across many of the Stena ships, with an instantly recognisable boat-shaped bar. This bar is inspired by the Reaver shipyards in Italy, one of the oldest in the world, and has an extensive list of alcoholic drinks, as well as soft drinks, hot drinks and snacks. Opposite is the Taste Restaurant, the main canteen on the ship, and subtly hidden at the back of the restaurant is the Stena Plus lounge. This is pretty much an airport-style lounge, but you have access for the whole crossing. There's plenty of comfortable seating. In fact, today there's only 4 guests in the lounge, which meant there was plenty of space with a really personal service. There's a couple of counters which offer a selection of drinks and snacks which you can help yourself to. The only included alcoholic drinks though are red and white wine. This early in the morning though, a coffee will be fine. The food offering isn't quite as extensive as your typical airport lounge, but there's a good selection of small bites, and if you're really hungry, you can order from the Taste Restaurant menu. The Stena Plus lounge is accessible to anyone with a premium ticket, or access can be purchased for £25. Gold members of Stena's loyalty programme get access for free. Heading to the back of the ship past duty free is the family zone, and there's plenty more seating here and a play area for the kids. Beyond that, you're in the social cafe and bar. This is a super comfortable and relaxed space, also offering a range of hot and cold drinks and snacks. This area is a huge transformation from what it previously looked like before the refurbishment. At the stern of the ship is the Sundeck bar, although at this time of year it's a bit cold and windy to be outside. So the bar out here only opens in the summer when the weather's good, but it's a great area to explore with some fresh air and to stretch your legs, though there's not a huge amount to see on this route other than sea. But if you're lucky, people have been known to spot wildlife in the waters below. The outdoor areas span across 3 decks and take you up from deck 9 to deck 11. There's loads of seating out here, which I imagine gets more use in the summer months, but today it's just the basketball court that's occupied. Anyway, I think it's time to head back inside. Going up from deck 9 are the cabin decks, and as it's a day crossing, I haven't actually got one. But Stena offer a variety of rooms that can accommodate anywhere between 1 and 5 people. I've stayed in these cabins on a previous trip, and whilst they won't blow your mind, they're pretty good value, anywhere from £56 on a night crossing up to £180 for the captain's suite. And these prices drop pretty much by half for day crossings. The duty-free spans across both sides of the ship and offers a range of food, booze, fragrances and Dutch souvenirs. In the refurbishment, Stena removed the cinema, casino, meeting room and internet room. But I think the ship is actually better for it, with the new spaces being a lot more comfortable. And I'm not sure who'd need an internet room when free basic Wi-Fi with paid premium options is available throughout the ship. With just a couple of hours before arrival, it's time to get in some proper food. And the menu in the Stena Plus lounge is the same as the Taste restaurant, and is charged at the same prices. But unlike the Taste restaurant, it's served directly to your table. And the tap wine, not for me, I think. As the port of Rotterdam came into sight, we passed countless tankers anchored out at sea, which I was told later were waiting for oil prices to rise before docking. Is that true? If you know, let me know in the comments. Now, I've not travelled by sea for a long time, typically choosing the speed of flying. But this journey was a lot slower paced, a lot less chaotic, and a lot more comfortable than the confines of an aircraft cabin. I wouldn't describe the Hollandica as a luxurious ship, and it's not supposed to be. But the newly refurbished areas make a great environment. The staff were also excellent and genuinely seemed happy to help with anything, and for less than £90 each way, booked just one day before travel, it seems like a cost-effective way to get around. So I definitely think I'll be back on the water before long. Thanks so much for watching, and if you liked it, please subscribe. And I'll see you next time.